All right. This is a really big question. How exactly, I like the exactly part. How exactly does someone raise their consciousness?
Meditation, transmission, teachings, prayer, healing work on yourself to create a positive mind and a positive state of inner climate. And the intensity and commitment that you have to those things. How badly do you want those things? How much of your day is spent cultivating presence, supporting a positive state of consciousness? And then how much of your day is spent doing the opposite? There are these things to do, but it's also how committed you are in how you do them, how passionately, how focused, how intensely you want to raise your consciousness that is going to determine to a great degree how quickly that is accomplished.
Within those broad categories, there are lots and lots of different forms of meditation. And the challenge then is to find the one that really fits for you. When you do, it can be pretty obvious. And if whatever meditation or other spiritual practice you're doing, if it's not seeming to have much effect or even seeming to cause more contraction, more difficulty in your life, or just a sense of suffering, then try something else. I was thinking even the word prayer, some people just don't resonate with that word because of early conditioning, early experiences with that word and with religion in general. So you can replace that word with affirmations, intentions, just simply asking for help from higher dimensional beings, from your friends, from a sense of God or the divine or divine intelligence. You can ask directly for help. The challenge is finding the way to pursue them that really fits for you.
Yeah, like how many times a day do you actually say, help me in this moment? Give me some grace, give me some help with this, or show me the way. How many times a day do you say that? On a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis, how often are you intending to connect with grace, with positivity, with love, with peace, with presence, with your higher self? All those words are pointing to the same thing. Some people do it throughout their day, and that becomes a practice to just be always turning to God, to presence, to a higher power, and inviting that higher power to be part of what you're doing and part of what you're thinking and part of what you're choosing. Be constantly praying, constantly asking, constantly open to listening, constantly paying attention to your intuition. That's all very key. It's like, how often are you intending and attending your intention for higher consciousness, your intention to awaken, your intention to evolve, to be good, to be loving is very key. How strongly do you intend that? And how much do you reinforce that during your day? And then how often do you pay attention to those moments when intuitive insight is available to you?
Something I just would want to add is, just in case the spiritual superego, the inner judge, the inner critic, takes anything that we just shared, any of the suggestions pointing to how often during the day do you set that intention or give it your attention. The superego can jump on that and make you feel bad anytime that you fall short of doing that a lot. The way you get back on the horse, the way you get back in alignment with that intention includes a kind of forgiveness, an acceptance, a compassion.
For the human self.
Yeah, the human self. It's not, it's actually not your fault
No.
that your mind takes you on these distracting journeys. It's just the way.
Everyone's got the same mind,
Yeah, the
same ego.
same structure of mind that does that because of our early conditioning and actually our conditioning throughout our life. You can't even blame your parents or your teachers because they didn't actually put it there in themselves. So, if you can also, in addition to doing as much as you can with those intentions and practices, also hold it all gently and compassionately. Every time you make that choice is a great plus. I used to always say that the only measure of a good meditation is if you're still sitting on the cushion or the chair when the timer goes off. Because even if your mind wandered, you only remembered to do the mantra or the inquiry question or something, 3 times during the 40-minute meditation, that's still 3 more times than otherwise. And so then just accept, forgive, understand that that's part of the process. And that acceptance is itself another practice, another way to, like I said, get back on the horse where you are now. Because the judging yourself, feeling bad about, your seeming lack of attention or commitment is not productive, not helpful. Accepting, forgiving is totally helpful in this context.